Another thing that I wanted Openclaw to do is to stay backed up, because number one, if something happens and breaks on this machine, I want to be able to restore it. Eventually, I want to be able to migrate it to a better machine when I can afford to do that. But also, what if we run a command and it screws something up? I want to be able to roll back to a previous state that we know was working correctly, previous settings, previous memory, that kind of stuff. And so typically you would do that with GitHub versioning. So GitHub is a website that just keeps different tracks of versions of software. Software developers use it to keep track of, version 2, version 2.1, version 2.1b, that kind of stuff. I have a GitHub account, but I can't run Git, Git. I can't run Git on this late 2009 iMac, which is running Monterey. It's the OS is too old. But I have Dropbox installed. So I watched it make a Dropbox folder and start putting in there backed up stuff. And as we were creating backups, I said, we need to sort of differentiate between the kind of backups we want, because we should do regular automated backups like once a night or once a week or whatever. But we should also have backups that are like, everything is working great. This should be like a saved state, sort of like a snapshot. And then we should also have a different kind of backup that is, ooh, we're about to make a big change. Let's back everything up right now in case we need to roll it back one. And it made folders for all three of those and differentiated what those were and put instructions about how to tell the difference. I mean, I'm just like, and I didn't have to do anything. A lot of times in the chat, because it's powered by ChatGPT, that's the LLM model that it's using as kind of its thinking. That stuff's happening on a server somewhere, but it'll send the instruction to the server and then get it back and then give it to me either in the browser or in Telegram. And so a lot of times it'll tell me, okay, go here and do this and do this. And I'll just say, but isn't this something you can do? And I'm doing that more and more. And now it's going, yes, I can. And then I'll just watch it do it. And I'll just watch the files and folders appear. And even something a minute ago, we got it all configured. And I was like, we should probably save a copy of this in Notion. And it was like, yes, here's where I would recommend putting it. And I said, well, I think you have write access. So why don't you put it in Notion? And let's do this as a test to see, can you do it? And it did it. And there were a couple of things about it I didn't like. And so I went back and said, that was great, but I would rather have it been this way. And so it made those changes and it moved those things around. And then there were some things that it was not able to do. And it told me, I made these changes, but I couldn't do this part. You're going to have to do this yourself. And that's just really incredible, because what I'm foreseeing now is the ability to just tell it the things that I want to do, and it just does them without asking me a million questions, and then comes back with a report. Now, we're going to keep guardrails on this in the beginning because it can easily get out of hand, but I'm really encouraged about where this can go.